Hello, my name is Mark Anthony Dubose Jr. and I was born July 4th, 1986. Today I want to talk about a couple of what I think are primary dog training terms that everybody should really start to understand. Get out of the whole, I need a recall, I need to sit, I need to down, I need to this, I need to that. The one thing that you really need is patience. And then another thing that you really need is forgiveness. Those two things right there are going to be able to give you an absolutely amazing, fantastic, just the most adorable animal that you're ever going to have, ever going to be around. Because there's one thing that I do know about dogs, and they're just an absolute blessing to us. That I have to talk more about everything that I have come to understand of really understanding these dogs. And something that's really amazing about them is they're right here. And the way that we as humans are able to have a very, very nice life is if we just live right here. Stop worrying about what happened 5 years ago. Stop worrying about where you're about to be in 5 years. What's going on right now? Because where you are right now is really going to let you know exactly what it is that's going on with you. And dogs are just an image of what we're doing right now. An image of what's going on in our world right now. Because if we're just sitting back not doing nothing with them, they're also doing that same thing. And then they're kind of going to start pushing us. And if you're frustrated with what's going on with them, then you're more than likely just frustrated in reality with something that's going on with your own self. There's just patience and forgiveness. Patience on knowing that the dog is going to mess up. They're going to mess up because who are you as a human being that's just out here that's just so perfect? Everything you say you're going to do, you get it done. Everything that you try to do, you get done, you get done. No, you don't. No, you don't. So have an understanding and realizing that patience is the number one way to really get you to amplify your relationship with your dog. And the relationship is, I'm going to continuously say over and over again, is the only thing you should worry about when it comes down to some working with your dogs. Not no training, not no commands, not none of that, but relationship. And relationship starts with patience. Patience, having a good understanding, realizing that they're going to keep messing up, and they're going to mess up, and they're going to mess up, they're going to mess up, and they're going to mess up. And then on top of that patience, you have that forgiveness of realizing when they mess up, it's okay, whatever. You're a dog at the end of the day. And I can still even say that to us as humans. You're a human at the end of the day. You're gonna mess up. So the faster that you could just forgive what used to go down or what happened even 15 minutes ago, the better that you're gonna be with your dog, because you're gonna start to live in that moment. You're gonna start to live in where it is that you are and not be in that situation of just being mad and frustrated at what the dog just doesn't really truly understand. That's the one thing that I'm going to say I believe is probably the coolest thing about picking up dogs from the shelter or the rescues or any of these places. Because the dog used to live a life. He used to be in a life. And that's one thing that I can say is very, very interesting, especially when it comes down to some dogs, is even if they used to bite somebody. Because most cases, not all cases, but all cases, when people are just like, I'm sick of this dog, I'm fed up with this dog, it's usually putting teeth on something. It's usually like trying to bite you. It's really showing teeth. It's getting kind of mouthy with you. It's doing something that's just like, I don't really feel safe in my house anymore. It's fascinating that you could take an animal that used to do that, because when we drop the dogs off, or whenever someone drops the dog off, they're not giving the whole history, what was going on with it, what was happening. You're giving little snippets, and you're really only like talking about the good times and the good things that dog has done. So you don't know that dog has bit a kid before. You don't know that the dog has killed or even bit a dog before. You don't know. We just have a dog. We see dog, and it's fascinating about dogs because this is the most amazing thing that I do know, because I've seen this and worked with this over and over and over and over again. Anytime that I train and work with anybody's dog, that's the number one thing, is if I know a dog is biting, snapping, growling, doing anything like that, I'm like, I gotta have that dog for a couple days, because when I get them and you get that new dog and you have this new excitement of seeing this new dog, everything that it used to do, it doesn't matter. It wasn't there. But if you knew that dog has bit somebody before, you're going to approach and look at that dog differently. But if you had no idea, you're going to look at that dog and say, oh, he's so cute, he's so awesome. You're going to bring him home, and you're going to see none of those behaviors that it used to do. And that's why something in the dog training community that we like to say, give the dog, a couple of months, 3 months or so to finally see who the real dog is. I'm going to say that's not true. You see the dog that you have instantly that second one. It's us as humans that we change in 3 months, that excitement level starts to drop. And we used to take the dog out every day, hugging them, running with them, playing with them, doing stuff with them. And then each month we do less and less and less and less and less. And that's where the dog's going to look at you and say, yep, see, I don't know what to do with you. Now he starts doing stuff. He starts digging, he starts jumping, he starts growling, he starts biting, he starts doing all this crazy madness. So you're just like, who is this dog? The dog is the dog that you met when you first met it. Awesome dog, amazing dog, a complete blank slate. I could take anyone's dog and keep it for a couple days, couple hours, and you'll see a completely different dog. That's why most people, when you watch someone else's dogs, you're like, your dogs are awesome, your dogs are amazing. But with them, the owners, they're like, oh no, you don't understand what's going on here. They're frustrating, they're aggravating, they're so annoying, they're just so pushy, they're just all up on me all the time. And it's because of what the dog sees as a blank slate. They don't have a past history of what's going on. And that's something that we all should really start to understand with giving that level of forgiveness. Because if you realize that if your dog did something that you don't like, just forgive them, move forward. It's okay, it's a dog. At the end of the day, it's all right. It's one thing I can say works amazing with human beings as well. They messed up. It's okay. That doesn't make or break who they are. They had a time, they messed up. They had a situation. They did something they shouldn't have done. It's all right. Let's just move forward. And when you start to implement that with looking at everything in your life, not just a dog, but you're really going to start to see things get better. And then having patience of knowing that you're going to get there, that things are going to go. If you keep going slow and steady, keep going. And the one thing that I'm going to say is if you keep that level of excitement when you first got that animal, the whole time, looking at every single day as an opportunity of just absolute miraculous miracle type stuff, you're going to really start to see things start to get better. It has nothing to do with how many times you get the dog to sit, how many treats you get the dog, how many pets you get the dog, how many even times you walk the dog. It's a matter of just every single day coming at with that same level of excitement, because these dogs are I just still have seen a dog that is just attitude, mad and mean. Like you can see this dog back here, the way he lays, they're just goofy. They express themselves in just happiness and joy and loving, and just they'll do anything that we ask of them. That's just the dogs that I see all the time. I see dogs. They're so absolutely amazing. They're just like, let's play, let's have fun, let's do something. And it's, act like that, and this dude is like, let's go do something. Let's make something happen. Let's go out there and go have a party, man. Let's go for a run. Let's go for a walk. Let's go chase some squirrels, man. Let's go do something. That's dogs that I know. That's how I see dogs, but that's not us as humans. And the more that we keep that excitement when we're around our dogs like that, the more they're going to want to do for us. And I'm sitting here saying excitement when I'm saying get your dogs to be calm. But that is true. You have to get your dogs to be able to be in a calm state to be able to experience the world if they're nervous about things in the world. But as soon as you get them to be, what I'm going to say, socialized, is being able to go anywhere, see anything, be around any situation, and be all good, you're going to have that dog that you're going to see is, he is full of excitement, but you have to be able to utilize and use that excitement in a very, very good way. And the only way you can start that excitement is by getting that dog to be in a calm stance. But the one thing that I'm going to say is the only way you're going to get a dog in a calm stance is to be patient. The only way you're going to get that is to be able to have a high, extreme level of forgiveness inside of you, because they're going to do something that's going to irritate you. If not every day, like every 5 minutes in reality. They're going to do something that's going to irritate you. They're going to go here. They're going to go to this. They're going to be in this. They're going to be in that. They're going to be over there. They're going to be over there. They're going to be over there. And they're just always going to constantly do something that's just going to like, I don't know. And that's where you got to slow it down. You have to slow it down. And then your dog will follow your lead when you slow it down. And then when you want to get ready to get going and make something happen, then the dog is going to also want to get ready and get going and make something happen. And it's something that is just absolutely amazing, that the dogs are willing, and most all times willing, to follow our lead with what it is that we're asking from them. They always follow our lead. They're never just, I want to do it, I want to this. No, they're looking for what it is that we want them to do. And everything starts with us being able to give them the right guidance, of being able to chill out. When you see something crazy going on, you see them digging a hole, you just look at that hole like, man, that's not what I'm looking for. But if you come at that like, all this extraness, and then you don't take your dog in the back no more, you don't take your dog on walks no more because they're looking crazy on that walk, then yeah, you're teaching the dog something that is just savage, in my opinion. You're not teaching them the right way to be able to live on this planet. That you have to understand that they are going to mess up. You have to understand that it's not going to be a perfect dog overnight. That it's going to take time. It's going to take consistency of just keep going and going and going and going and going. Stuff that I just don't hear people talk about with dogs and dog training. It's got nothing to do with getting your dog into the heel position. It's got everything to do with being patient with them, being kind with them, showing them respect. Don't demand respect. Respect comes when they want to give you that respect. Don't try to force it. Don't try to force it by giving them treats, by giving them toys, by doing this and doing that. But just expect that it's going to come. It's going to come. It's going to come for sure. And it's going to come in time by you being patient. Hey, Kahi, heel. Sit down. Get down. Down. Homie, thank you. Oh, okay. We're not going that up far, okay. I love this dog, but don't tell that dog that. There's just something about all these dogs that is just amazing. And it's gonna be taking your time taking your time at being able to get the dog to respect you. Don't force it. And one way that I just see everyone just messing your dogs up right away is try to come at it and try to give it treat after treat after treat after treat after treat. That is not get loud on your dog to be able to know you, recognize you. That is you not being patient and being just pushy and just like, you better pay attention to me, dang it. You better look at me, dang it. You better do everything I tell you to do, dang it, because I'm giving you these treats and this treat and this treat and this treat. Instead of being patient and just hang out, just chill, just relax, just be calm, just be on peace mode. What's up, Kahi? Oh, you back in the heel again. Heel. And just be patient. Just allow the dog to be able to do what it needs to do. Heel. Come here. Come here. Heel. I know. They all being pushy now. Oreo, get down. May, get down. I feel you guys. I know, Oreo. We good. You good? I'm good. You good. You stay down and we good. I know you don't like him because you know that I like him. I don't like him more than I like you because you do work for me. Patience. Just chill. Just relax. And that's one thing that I'm going to say is going to be able to give you a much better dog in the future, as opposed to trying to be pushy. If I try to sit out here and say, hey, this, the dog's just not going to like it. They're not going to care for it. You can see he on edge right now. He's like, I don't like what's going on right here right now. I don't like this. And it's for me to just be able to just not really feed into that energy, but just be like, dude, we're okay. It's all right. It's going to be okay. And for me to also realize that it's not always going to be perfect. My scenario isn't always right on. And I have to be able to understand that if he messes up, dude, it's all right. We'll have another chance. I'm not gonna hold this against you for the rest of your life because you did this. I'm not gonna hold my dogs from being around chickens and doing what they're doing because they've killed one before. When every single dog out here of mine has killed a chicken before. I'm not gonna restrict them from being able to do such a thing because that happened. It's for me to guide them to what it is that I'm looking for them to be able to do next. And then if I just restrict every single thing, that's not me having any sort of forgiveness and any sort of patience. It's not me never taking my dog out for a walk again because he's just pulling, lunging, and barking at other dogs. No, I'm going to keep on working through that. And patience, slow down, be calm, be neutral, be chill, be relaxed. And then the dog is going to be able to understand what we're looking for, what we want. It's something about this that I need more people to really just understand how simple and basic dogs are. But we're trying to come at them with a lot of force and disrespecting them. The number one thing that I'm going to say is disrespect. Well, someone's going to say, Mark, you're an idiot for saying if I give treats to my dog that my dog is looking at as disrespect. It is. If you're trying to convince your dog to not do something that it is in desire to do. Your dog desires to sniff stuff out. And if you're trying to shove a treat in its face to get it to stop sniffing stuff out, you're disrespecting that dog by not allowing it to be a dog. You're disrespecting that dog by forcing it to do something that it does not want to do. You want to be able to allow the dog to be able to do what it wants to do. And I'm going to say that if your dog loves to sniff stuff the way this dog loves to sniff stuff, it's the best thing to train your dog to be able to do, as opposed to using a treat or using a toy. Use his instinct. And your dog is going to really respect you like absolute crazy. Your dog has a desire to want to chase stuff, and you just try to put a treat in its face and try to force it to get away from it. Your dog has a desire to want to protect and guard, and you want to try to stick a treat in his face and try to redirect, look over here, as opposed to allowing the dog to be able to do that. And you teach the dog and you convince the dog how to do that in a safe, responsible manner. That's what our dogs are looking for from us, to respect them and to show them respect and give them respect. And that starts with showing forgiveness. That especially starts with showing patience. Patience is the number one trait to be able to have. I know a lot about a person that has a nice dog. You got extreme patience, and me and you could chat it up for days and hours and weeks, and you have a very high level of forgiveness in you. And those are some qualities that are just absolutely amazing for a human being to be able to have. And that's something that I think that dogs are here to be able to guide us, help us, teach us to be able to understand some of these things about ourselves. If you're frustrated every single day with your dog, I'm telling you, you're lacking in patience for sure. You're lacking in being able to have any sort of self-control for sure. You're lacking in being able to understand what it is to be able to get what you want. You say you want to do something, but you don't get it done. That's what dogs are fantastic. They don't know our language. They just know what we do. So when a dog really loves you, it's because you do some things for it, not because you say some things to it. And that's what we as people try to come at dogs right away with. Just absolute, what I'm going to call mass manipulation. Give it a treat, give it a treat, give it a treat. Now listen to me. No, you're just talking to him. I need you to do something for the dog. I need you to figure out how to be able to get him through a scary situation that he's in. I need you to figure out how to be able to get him through problems that he's having. I need you to get him through. Hey, you're struggling with figuring out how to potty outside, and guide them, teach them, show them the way. You're struggling with knowing that you got this sensation to want to chew. Dogs love to chew. I have yet to meet a dog that doesn't like to chew. But yet, what is the first thing we as humans do? We want to give them this plastic, weird toy for them to chew on. The dog is like, what the heck? Like, you can give your dog a stick. We got these boxes and piles of toys on toys on toys in our houses. And you know what toys I play with my dogs? Sticks I find outside. They are way more happy, way more excited over a stick that's free, out of the land that God gave us, than buying anything that's manufactured by in any sort of factory. The dogs are way more excited because they realize the realness, they realize the intent, they realize what's going on. Your dog has the desire to chew, then fulfill that desire from them. Give them something that they can do to be able to get that as an outlet. Your dog loves to sniff, give it to them, give them, and just slow down, realizing that what you want is gonna come, but you gotta be patient to be able to get it. And what you want is always gonna come with the dog, because they always want to do what it is that we are asking and looking for them to do. They always are, but we have to give them that respect. And the number one way a dog is going to respect us is if we are able to forgive them for what it is that they are and what they've done, and even what they're about to continue to keep on doing. Knowing that you wanted them to stay in that sit stay, if you come at that dog and he breaks that, oh no, I told you to stay. Your dog is like, what the heck is going on? But just have patience of knowing that we did it today, and tomorrow, we're gonna get better. The next day, we're gonna get better. Next month, we're not even gonna realize where we started. 3, 4, 5, 6 months from now, we're gonna be at a whole different stance. Just have patience that everything is gonna be fine and everything is gonna get there. And just forgive the dog when it messes up, because they're gonna mess up. Guaranteed, 100%. That's always time that we can say always, that your dog and your own self are gonna mess up. So forgive your dog and forgive yourself, and move forward with being able to just keep on working at this and working at this, working at this. Don't get it in your brain that I have to have it perfect right now. Just it's all right. It's not gonna be right now. Just give it some time. Give it some time. And you're gonna see things just get much, much better, and much, much better, much faster when you're just, when you're super patient about what your expectations are. I know we watch all these videos of these dogs doing all this fancy looking stuff and all these great looking shows. Yeah, my dog is not where he's supposed to be. We'll get that in a moment. Doing all this stuff, and they're and you're like, I want my dog to be there. I want my dog to get onto that. I want my dog to be able to be in that position. And you find yourself in a position that it takes time. And then you're seeing something and you're realizing like, wow, it's not as simple as that person is actually showing me that it is. That person makes it look so easy. How are they able to get that for their dog to be able to do that? And you're like, I should be able to do it. No, just chill out a moment. Something that I can say is even getting your dog to stay in a perfect heel and walk with you for a mile. That's not something that just shows up. You work at it over and over and over and over again. You're gonna have failures. You're gonna have times of great success. You're gonna have times that it's just like, I don't know even what's going on right now. I don't know what just happened. You're gonna keep going back and forth all the time, over and over with that. And it's something that we all should just really, really slow down, and just slow down and have that patience, and slow down and forgive when things aren't going that great, when things just are looking kind of iffy. And it's something that is amazing with what I have a good understanding of with working with some dogs, is they are a very good, great, amazing life lesson for us to be able to see where we are as a people, to see what's going on with us, to see what it is that we're doing, to realize that there's some things that we need to work on with ourselves. There's some things that we need to keep on focusing more and more of our time and our energy on, as opposed to just letting some other things go. There's something that I think is interesting. I'm going back to that concept of the dog shows itself in 3 months. No, we start slipping. We start not doing. We start not engaging. We start not being what it is that we were in the beginning. And we start changing in a not great way. We should be changing in a better way. You used to interact and play with your dog so much when you first got it. We should do that more and more and more. We don't have much time, people. We out here, we doing what we're doing. And we got to make things happen as best as we can in the moment, right here, right now. We can't be focusing on what happened 10 years ago. I can't care about what I did when I was 18 years old. I mean, that was, what, dang near 20 years ago now. I can't think about anything like that anymore. I got to think about where am I today, and what do I want to focus on today? What do I want to get done today? Today, I want all this to look much better. Today, I'm trying to convince this dog, when I say down, it's down. This is something that I've never taught this dog before. He just knows it's down and up and go. And I want to slow down myself and I want to work on that today. And I want to keep doing something today. Right now, I want to do more today than I've ever done before in my life, to be able to just really have experience today. I want to do something today that I've never done before, so I have more experience today. And that's something that we all should really just think more about with what it is that we have. That maybe your relationship was better before because you put more time and energy into it, where today you're lacking. Maybe today you just need to stand up and just give that person a hug and just say, hey, you're awesome, you're amazing. Because every single day before you were just giving up on it. Just go back to that beginning when you first got them, that stage, and realizing things are great. And things have happened along the way, but just forgive the problems, forgive even the good stuff. Just see where we are today, and let's just move forward. And that's something that is vital in dog training. It's not much of dog training, it's just dog relationship. Dog training, if your dog cares about you, dog training is simple. But the one thing that I just see is everyone is struggling with is not dog training, but dog relationship. And not even just dog relationship, but kind of just your own relationship with your own self. Just struggling with, I got this desire, I want to do something, but we're not yet getting up doing it because we're so focused on like, oh, it did this and oh, it did that. Let's just forget about that right here. And let's work on it now. Man, these dogs are awesome. This life is awesome. And being able to have the opportunity to be able to do what we do. If you have a dog that you're taking care of, that you're able to feed and keep up with it, and it's been a couple of years, it's an absolutely amazing thing. It's something that is so powerful and it's so enriching. And it shouldn't be something that is a thing of frustration inside of your household. It should be something that is of a good level of just enjoyment. An added extra bonus to be able to look at to say like, wow, this is cool. That's what I see of my chickens and everything out here. Like, wow, this is just so cool. It's just so neat. They're just fascinating. Something to add more to my life, not something to just irritate me. And I know a lot of us run into that situation where we got the dog and it was fun, it was the greatest thing, but then it's turned into an absolute high level of nuisance, and it's just destructive and just devastating to your life. And that's something that is just, I want you to come back to that first excitement, because the dog doesn't remember all that. The dog remembers now. When the dog is not getting the attention now, when the dog is just getting mixed signals now, it's staying in that. But I can give your dog to someone else that looks at your dog as the world's greatest thing, and your dog is going to get that excitement right back again. Like, I love you. I'll do anything you want me to do, because it has nothing to do with the dog that's changing. It's us that's changing. And the second that we realize that, the faster we're going to be able to just have that experience that we want in our future. Work with some dogs, people. It's fun. And it's something that I suggest every single person on the planet to do. Work with as many absolute animals as you possibly can. It brings such a fulfillment to your life. Thank you.